right, so tonight, Anna and I, you guys all know who Anna is. I don't need to give her an introduction. We basically wanted to get on, and even though we both had a really crazy day, we really wanted to have some things we really had some things that we wanted to talk to you guys about before.
Can we mute everybody?
Oh yeah, let's do that.
Sorry.
So we had, hold on, let me mute everybody so it's not cutting out. We just have a few things before the new year that we want to touch on and talk to you guys about. So that is what we are going to talk about tonight. So I'm just going to talk for a few minutes. I'm going to try to hurry up, get it over with, and then Anna will take over. All right, so first of all, I want to start by saying that there is really like nothing that pumps me up more in this business than the new year. It's just something about like the new year every year. It's a fresh start. And the really cool thing about Beachbody is it literally is a fresh start. You guys have probably heard me say this before. Hold on, we got somebody that's not muted. You've probably heard me say this before, but the way Beachbody does things, everybody starts like at the same point at the beginning of the year. And it is up to you where you're going to end up at the end of the year. And it is completely up to you. And when I tell you guys that, I'm being 100% honest with you. The top coaches that you see in this business, they are not there because they've had a good team that's gotten them there, you know, continuously over the years. They're there because every single year they have a game plan and they start acting on it right away and they bust their butts and they get back to the top again. So when you guys see like Lindsay Matway, who's been at the top a bunch of times, Melanie Mitro, who's been number 1 2 years, it's not because of what they did in the past. It's because they're starting fresh every year and they're doing it over and over and over again. So I just want you guys to really understand that you can go wherever you want to go in your business this year. It's completely up to you, but you have to start now. And that's part of the reason why this call was really important for Anna and I to talk to you guys before January 1st. So you guys can understand that these things we talk to you about, you have to start now. All right. So I'm going to start by giving you guys a little bit of tough love. I think we all need it every now and then, including myself. A lot of you that are on this call, if you're on this call, you probably don't really need the tough love, but you know what? It's recorded and maybe somebody's going to watch it somewhere that needs it. So I have a couple things I want to talk to you guys about, and I'm going to try to hurry up and rush through this. So earlier today, I was talking to one of my brothers who is not incorporated with Beachbody. And we were kind of just like venting to each other. He actually brought up this subject and then we were talking about it for a while about that mentality that so many people in this world have, the I can't mentality. And not just related to Beachbody. Like I said, he's not a part of Beachbody. So he was talking about it on that side. I was talking about it on different sides and with coaches and customers and whatnot. But there are just so many people in this world that fall into that I can't mentality. And instead of moving forward in their lives and accomplishing what they really want to accomplish, they get sucked up and stuck in the victim mentality. And it got me thinking about a little story that I wanted to share about with you guys about him. And it is not related to Beachbody, but I think it's kind of a good lesson for all of us, okay? He's actually one of my younger brothers. And to go through the story real quick, basically, he worked his butt off in high school. He got accepted into the University of Florida right away, which if you guys know anything about UF, it's very hard to get into that college. He worked his butt off to get in there. He did really well at UF, you know, worked really hard to do really well to go on to a bigger, better college and get into graduate school. Which, if any of you have been to graduate school, you also know that that is not easy to do. So he got into graduate school in Michigan. And then last year, okay, so actually, let me start by telling you that he was born and raised in Florida. All of us siblings are born and raised in Florida. My entire family pretty much is in Florida. And me and my 4 brothers, 1 sister, and mom, we have always been a very close, tight-knit family. So he made the decision to go to Michigan to follow his dreams, which was very difficult for him to leave everything he knew in Florida, all of his family. It was a very difficult decision and a big sacrifice to go chase his dreams in Michigan. Okay, he left like the beautiful beach weather to go to snowy Michigan. I don't know if any of you live in Michigan, but it is completely different than Florida. So he gets up there, gets accepted into the University of Michigan, and then he has a certain program that he moved there for. It's like, I don't know, he's like way smarter than I am. It's like something he like basically helps like build instruments and stuff for like the medical field. So anyways, he has been like, basically he has spent like his whole life, okay, like all of his high school years, college years, you know, to get into this program. Ultimately, this is where he wanted to end up. So he takes this test to get into the program. Now, remember, he just dropped his whole life to move to Michigan and go get into this program. So he takes the test last year and he fails. Okay. It was like a really bad moment for our entire family. Cause it was like, oh crap, like that's not what was supposed to happen. So he, you know, lets us all know he failed the test. He's not getting into the program. And he was, don't get me wrong, he was extremely upset about it. You know, probably one of the most upset he's ever been in his life about something. And he had a couple choices. So he could have either walked away from Michigan and came back to Florida, which honestly would have been the easy thing to do. That's where his whole family is. He'd have a house here. You know, he knows tons of people in Florida. He could have connections, whatever. His degree that he already has is high enough that, you know, he'd be able to get a job making good money. He'd be able to settle on something. But he would have had to settle. And that's the thing. And in the back of his mind, I think he probably would have always wondered, you know, what would it have been like if I would have just tried to chase that dream a little bit harder? Or I believe that in the back of his mind, he would have always had a little bit of regret, you know, saying, maybe I shouldn't have just stopped or gave up so easily or whatever. So, moral of the story, he had the opportunity to retake the test a year later. So he didn't move back to Florida. He didn't decide to give up. Instead, he decided to spend the year busting his butt to retake this test, okay? Retake this test that was like a major blow when he failed it. And not only was it disappointing, but it was also embarrassing because he had other people that, you know, took the test and passed that he was friends with. And I think we've all kind of had a moment like that where it's like, man, like, why did I fail? Like, I guess I'm not good enough or, you know, whatever. So he, this last year, busted his butt studying and sacrificed like I've never seen people or a person sacrifice before, okay? And he did it for a long time and he studied. He missed out on Thanksgiving with our family because he was taking the test on December 6th. And he knew that if he came down to Florida for Thanksgiving, that, you know, he needed to be studying and doing it for that time. So he skipped Thanksgiving with the family. He sacrificed, okay? And then on December 6th, he took the test and he passed. And guess what? Now he is in the program, like, with, you know, going after this huge dream that he's had. And he's going to be in the program for about 3 years. And then when he's done, guys, he is going to have an amazing life. It is like a career that's just incredible, really hard, obviously, to get into, whatever. Okay. But the moral of the story is he decided to sacrifice and go after it. And he didn't just give up on it. Okay. And I think that that's something that a lot of us have a hard time with, is the part where we have to sacrifice to, you know, chase our dreams or to go after what we want. So a lot of us, you know, we have a hard time doing that thing where we're like, okay, we failed the test. We're going to try one more time because this is our dream and this is something we really want. And so we don't sacrifice. Instead, we just give up and we move back to Florida and we settle. And it's like, okay, well, you know, this is easier. It didn't work out the first time, or it wasn't working out. So, you know, I'm just going to give up and go back to what I know. And when it comes to sacrifice, I truly believe that deep down inside, we all know what we need to work on in our business. I think that, you know, a lot of times we say, oh, we're having a hard time and we're doing all this and we don't really know what's going on. But I think deep down inside, we all know what we could be doing more of in our business, or we all know where we need to refocus in our business. It might not be totally black and white, but there's definitely things that I think we can all sit back and realize that where we should be focusing on in our business. You know, whether it's, hey, maybe we should actually be messaging more people and maybe doing our invites like we're supposed to do. Or, you know, maybe we actually should be doing our workouts every day and not eating McDonald's for lunch. Or maybe we should turn off the Netflix and get on the team calls, okay? Which obviously you guys are all on the team call, so I'm not yelling at you. I'm not mad at you guys, okay? This is for the people watching the recording. No, actually, even if you're watching the recording, that's good. Do that too. But you get my point. There is areas that we can all sacrifice in that we don't. And then we sit back and we complain. And we're like, oh, you know, it's just not working. It's not working. Well, we're going to move back to Florida because it's not working. Okay. And then one other thing that my brother said to us that really stood out to me when he was we were all in like a family chat on December 6th when he was taking his test. Sorry, my computer's telling me something. And we were like, okay, so what happened? Like, when do you get answers? What's going on? And we're all like praying, please, please, you know. And he messaged us all and he said, I don't know if I passed yet. You know, I won't know, but I can tell you that if I didn't, I know that I gave it my all. And when he said that to me, I was like, whew, like, I was relieved, but I was also like, man, like, what a great way to look at it. And then today I was thinking, I want you guys to ask yourself something. I want you to stop and ask yourself about your business in 2016. I want you to reflect back on your business, look at where you're at right now. And I want you to ask yourself, did I give 2016 my all in my business? Did you give it your all in your business? I know I didn't. I didn't give it my all in 2016. Did I try? Yeah. Did I have days where I was like, nah, screw it? Yep. So can I say that I truly gave 2016 my all in my business? No. And chances are the majority of you can't either. Okay. So just remember not to complain about where you're at unless you can say, like my brother said confidently, I gave it my all. So if it doesn't work out, I feel okay because I gave it my all. Okay. All right. So where was I at? All right. So I was talking about turning off the Netflix and getting on the team calls. And I feel like sometimes we spend more time looking for excuses than we do solutions in our business. I can't tell you how many people I talk to that it is like they will sit there and they will like study for days, like the amount of excuses to come up with of why things aren't working out. Like, okay, you know, I just don't have the time to work out, or my kids are too needy. You know, I'm really not in good shape. You know, I don't really know how to eat healthy or work out. You know, I can't afford Shakeology. I cannot afford that $15 a month business fee. That is just too much. I can't do this. And right now I'm going to tell you guys on all those excuses, I'm calling bull brown stuff. Okay. It's bull crap. It's excuses. And we all have them, and I have them too. And you can even ask Anna. There'll be days where I'm like, Anna, seriously, feel sorry for me. My life is really hard. I got this going on, I gotta sweep and mop my floors for the second time today because my dogs went outside, and I just don't have time to, do a workout because I gotta sweep and mop my floors today. And it's bull crap, guys. It really is. I'm gonna tell you, when I first started my business, my kids were 2 years old and 6 months old, okay? They were babies. If you're talking about needy kids, I had 2 babies that I had to take care of. Tyler, my husband, worked crazy hours. This was back when we lived in Citrus County, okay? And he worked in Tampa. It was an hour-and-a-half drive one way. And his hours were ridiculous. There were times where he would not get home until 3 or 4 in the morning. And I had 2 babies at home by myself. There were times where my mom would come over and I would just start freaking crying. And I'm like, I just miss Tyler so much. I never see him and he's always at work and blah, blah, blah. Yeah, so he worked crazy hours. He was making $10 an hour at the time. He was in his training program making $10 an hour at the time. I had just quit my full-time job because I was like, I can't stand leaving my babies anymore. I can't do it anymore. I can't leave Sadie anymore. I was pregnant with little man. So I had recently quit my full-time job, started doing hair from home, which was a total on the whim thing that I had no idea if it was going to work out or not. I had no idea if I was going to be able to actually get a clientele and make income. We had a lot of stuff up in the air. We were on Medicaid. When I first started coaching, I had never worked out before. I was a person that went to the gym and would walk on the treadmill and while I'm talking to my friend. Never, I would go to the gym in sweatpants and a jacket and I wouldn't even sweat. I had no idea how to work out. I had no idea how to tell people to work out. I didn't know anything about eating healthy. I literally ate Subway and McDonald's for lunch every day when I worked. No joke. I would go to McDonald's every day and I'd be like, I think I'm going to be healthy today. So I'll take a salad with ranch dressing and a large sweet tea. That was me. I didn't know. I was actually taking a nutrition class so when I started coaching, I was actually in school to be a nurse and I was taking classes and I was actually taking a nutrition class at the time when I started coaching. So I had learned about nutrition a little bit later on after I started coaching, but when I signed up as a coach, I had no idea, okay? And Tyler and I used our tax return money to order our challenge packs because we were freaking poor, okay? We had no money floating around anywhere, and we were busting our butts to make ends meet. And we seriously look back now and we laugh, and we're like, what did we even do? How did we survive? We were surviving on $10 an hour and whatever I was making with 2 kids. How did we survive? We used our tax return money to buy our challenge packs, okay? Nothing was freaking handed to me on a silver platter in this business. My upline, I don't even talk to my upline, okay? She hardly even works the business when I first started coaching. So if you're telling yourself all these reasons why you can't be successful, and I know it happens because I have coaches say it to my face. They will tell me, oh, but Steph, we don't have as much money as you. Or, you work from home now. You don't have to go to work. Well, guess what? There was a time in my life where this wasn't my life, okay? There was a time where I had to freaking sacrifice a lot more. It was a lot freaking harder. The coaching thing, I didn't know if it was going to work out. There was a time where I wasn't where I am today. There was a time where I sat in your shoes and I had doubt. And I questioned if this business was legit or if I would ever be able to do it. But I was excited about the opportunity for this business, okay? So I didn't start this business because it was something was handed to me or, I was really good at something or whatever. I started this business because I was freaking excited about the opportunity to change my life. I wanted to change my life. I wasn't happy with the way we were living. I wasn't happy with, you know, having to be on Medicaid and not having a choice to do different things. I wasn't happy with my husband not getting home from work until 3 or 4 in the morning. Okay. Guess what? I wasn't happy doing hair. I wasn't happy doing hair. That's not what I wanted to do for the rest of my life. I wanted something different and I wanted to change our lives. And I knew it wasn't going to be easy, but I was excited for the opportunity to do it and to have the opportunity to maybe change our lives with this thing. And that's what made me successful, because I was excited about it and I freaking did it. I did it. I didn't care about the people who doubted me. I didn't care about all the doubts inside my own head. I did it and I kept doing it until I found success. Okay. I will talk to customers, or I'll talk to people who aren't coaches yet, or guys, sometimes even coaches this happens with, okay? I will be talking to people who are already signed up as coaches, either discount coaches or even working coaches sometimes will say these things to me, okay? I'll talk to people sometimes who will tell me like, I hate my job, or I'm like totally unhappy with my job. And then it's like, they'll tell me, I think I might start, looking for a different job. Like, I don't know what I'm going to do, but I'm going to look for a different job because I need a different job. I need a change. I need something else. Or I'll talk to people who are like, I really want to stay home. Like, I really want to be a stay-at-home mom. I really want to stay home. But then they'll be like, there's like no jobs out there though, where you can like work from home. Like, I've looked, and there's just no like work at home jobs. And I'm just like, hello? Like, do you see the opportunity in front of you? Like, you're signed up as a coach already and you're saying these things to me. It's like one of those moments where you're like, hey, like, has anybody seen my phone? Where's my phone? Seriously, where is my phone? Okay, I think somebody like came to my house and took my phone because I cannot find it. It's like, I really can't wrap my head around it sometimes. The fact that people just like won't let themselves believe in the opportunity, especially when they know me, because I'm like, do you think that I'm like faking this? Like, do you think that I just like made it up, or I'm like lying about what's happening? Or like, did you forget like all the stuff in my past and what I had to do to get here? Like, I really can't wrap my head around it sometimes, guys. The opportunity is right there in front of you. If you want a different life, if you want a different job, if you want to be able to work from home or stay home with your kids, freaking go after it. Don't have that victim mentality. Don't have that I can't mentality. Go after it and make it happen. It's going to take some time. I'm not going to lie to you guys, okay? It's not going to happen overnight. It might not even happen your first year. Can it happen your first year? Yeah, if you make lots and lots of sacrifices, but it might not happen your first year or two, or you might not be making 6 figures right away. And that's okay, but don't give up on the ultimate dream and the ultimate thing you want to settle and go back to something else. If you get into that life where you keep searching for the next best thing, like you're like, oh, I don't like this job, I'm going to search for a different job, or, I'm going to do this. You're going to forever be doing that. Because I'm going to tell you guys, there is something sucky about every job you do, okay? Beachbody's hard sometimes. So is every other job out there. And I'm sorry, but I would rather deal with the crappy parts of Beachbody and be able to do this. Like, this is my job right now, guys. This is our job, okay? And could I do this full time when I first started? No. I had to sacrifice to get there to be able to do it. But I would rather deal with the crappy parts and be able to have like the ultimate dream of mine to be home as a mom doing what, something that I believe in, where I feel like I'm truly helping people. Okay. So don't get into that mentality where you jump around, from thing to thing, searching for happiness, or, waiting for somebody to like plant something in your lap. It's not going to happen, guys. You have to make it happen. Like, you have to find that motivation and you have to go after it. All right. So that's all the tough love I have on that. Now, I just want to touch on a couple things for the new year that I want to go over with you guys real quick, and then I'll let Anna talk because I'm already talking too much. All right, so what are we going to do for 2017? What are we going to start doing right now? Okay, the first thing we're going to do is we are going to make a concrete plan. All right, when I talk to a lot of coaches about their goals, it's like, well, you know, I mean, I want to be successful, or I mean, like, I probably want to be like a diamond coach, like, I mean, at some point in 2017, like, right? Like, I mean, don't you think like that's what I should do? And it's like, no, there's like no like definite, this is what I'm going to do. There's like no concrete plan in there. And guys, I was guilty of that for like the first 2 years of my business. And I can tell you that that's why for the first couple of years of my business, I didn't actually have a business. I had a hobby. Like I had like a thing that I did for fun. It wasn't until I made a concrete plan in my business that I actually started moving forward and owning a business. Okay. So, one thing I wrote down, it's like so it's like you can't get out of debt if you keep like putting money on your credit cards, right? So you're like, oh, I want to get out of debt this year. But then it's like, you run out of money in your bank account and you're like, well, you know, I really want like this shirt though, or I really want to go on this vacation. So it's cool. I'll just put it on the credit card and I'll pay it off later. If you really want to get out of debt, you have to say, I am not using my credit cards. I'm cutting them up and I'm getting out of debt. And if that means that I have to not buy that shirt or miss out on that trip, then that's what I have to do to go after this goal that I have. Okay. So make your plans concrete. If you want to be an elite coach in 2017, you need to figure out right now what it's going to take to be elite. I think, let me just make sure. Okay. You need to figure out what do you have to do to be elite. You need to go study the facts in the back office. You need to watch YouTube videos. You need to do whatever it is that you need to do to figure out how to become an elite coach. If you have a hard time figuring out what you need to do, you need to reach out to your upline and you need to say, listen, I really want to be an elite coach in 2017. Help me out. What do I need to do? But don't wait for your upline to come to you. Don't wait for somebody else to put it in your lap. Because guys, there's so many of you guys, and you know, not just speaking for me, I'm speaking for my coaches too. I can't possibly say to all you guys, hey, you're going to be an elite coach this year, and I think you should be 5-star. And you know what? I'm guessing that you're going to be 10-star. I can't do that for you guys because I don't know what you want out of your business unless you tell me. I don't know what you're willing to sacrifice to get to where you want to be. You're the only one that knows that. So you need to decide what you want for your business, and you need to figure out what you need to do to get there. Now, you come to me or you come to your upline for guidance. You tell us, hey, this is what I want, and we'll help you figure out what you need to do to get there, okay? If you want to be 5-star, you need to figure out how many coaches you need to be 5-star. You need to figure out how many coaches you need on each leg that are diamond. You need to figure out the different details of being 5-star. If you want to be a top coach this year, don't doubt for a second that you can be a top, or you can't be a top coach. You absolutely can be a top coach. Absolutely 100%. But you have to figure out right now, what do you need to do to be a top coach? And you have to decide right now, what am I going to do to be a top coach? What am I going to sacrifice? What am I going to start doing right now to make this happen? All right, so write down your goals. When you're making a concrete plan, guys, you need to write them down. You need to actually write down specific goals, okay? Make a vision board. I know a vision board kind of seems like one of those like silly, like fun things to do. And so a lot of people blow it off because they're like, I don't have time for that. Guys, it blows my mind the things that I put on my vision board in 2015 and 2016 that I accomplished. And it's a big part because I put it on my vision board because it was in my head, okay? Get organized. And now I always tell you guys, get organized in your business, and you definitely need to do that. Like right now, that's a huge thing. But also get organized in your life, all right? If you have things that have been like sitting on your plate, and I am so guilty of this, that have been like sitting there that need to get done, and they're driving you crazy, and they're like putting you in a bad mood. Get them done. Get them done right now so you can go into your business with a clear mind, okay? If that is like, you have like really negative people in your life that are just like draining you, and you know, you've been sitting there going, man, I really need to get these people out of my life. I really need to get this negativity out of my life. Do it. Get rid of the garbage before the new year, okay? Just buckle down and do it. Whatever those things are that you know that you need to do to start fresh and move forward in your business, do it, all right? If that means saying no to people, start saying no. Anna and I both, we both struggle with this. We're huge people pleasers, okay? But I'm going to tell you guys, it's something that I've been working on and doing a lot more, because I've learned that if you freaking say yes to everybody, you're never going to end up where you want to end up in life, okay? If you have somebody that comes to you a month before their wedding and says, hey, will you be my maid of honor? Say no, okay? Like, seriously, lessons that I've learned. You guys just learn to say no. If it's something that does not coincide with your business and your life and what you're accomplishing, then you need to have enough confidence and love for yourself and your life that you tell these people no. All right? And then find the consistency in your business. Do it right now. I don't care if you've been a coach for 5 years and you've never had consistency. It's never too late to start. But what is a problem is if you start and you stop and you start and you stop and you start and you stop and you do that over and over again. Stop doing that. Find the consistency now. And one way that you can really help yourself find consistency and keep it throughout the year, start planning out your year right now in your business. Go get yourself a desktop calendar, or if you're one of my coaches, I know I got a lot of you guys, you know, like a little, I can't think of the word, schedule thing, majigger. Start using that thing and write down like, all right, you know, what do I want to do on this day? I want, you know, maybe I want to talk about hosting a free group on this day, or maybe I want to try something new. Maybe I want to go live and do like a little workout, or plan out your posts. If you're like me and your schedule gets crazy and overwhelming and things just get dumped on your lap and you're like, ah, plan out your posts. Like, sit down one day when, you know, things are kind of calm and not real crazy, and you can kind of think straight and you can get like the creative juices flowing. Sit down and write out some posts for the week. You know, this is something I want to talk about. You know, I want to talk about this part of my life, or I want to show, you know, people the hammer and chisel workout. Write it down and plan it out, because I think sometimes we tell ourselves, oh, we'll remember it. And then things get crazy and we forget. And then we're like, got nothing. Can't post anything today because I don't have nothing to talk about because I'm about to lose my mind today. Okay? Write it out, have it planned out so you can throw those things up. You can even go as far as to take some selfies and store them on your phone for a day when you're looking like this and you're like, I'm not posting a picture like this. Just go back into your phone from the other day when you had some makeup on or whatever you were doing and use one of those selfies. Guys, nobody's going to freaking notice. Nobody's going to care. Okay? So plan out, find that organization to plan things out so you can be consistent. And then the very last thing I want to talk to you guys about is the health bet that is coming up on January 9th. Guys, this is, I posted about it in the group the other day. If you are not talking about the health bet, you are just doing yourself a huge disservice, because it is literally like play money. That Beachbody's like, here you go. Like, we're just going to give this to you guys for no reason, but, you know, do what you want with it. It's literally free money for people, okay? Tyler and I both did the health bet last time they did it, and I think we won, what was it, like $19 or something? So we both won like the $19 or whatever. So that's like $40 to do what we are already doing, what you should already be doing. And then on top of it, we both got awesome results. So that's something that you can say to your customers. If you guys did the health bet last time, you can tell them, listen, I won like 20 bucks and I got really freaking awesome results. And I didn't have to pay anything. All I had to do was do my workout and drink my Shakeology. Okay, so January 9th, that starts. You guys need to have it set up before then. You need to be posting about it now because your people need to have all their stuff January 9th so they can start, okay? So I am doing a prep group starting on the 2nd. What we're gonna do is on January 2nd, we're gonna do like a prep for the challenge bet. That's where I'm gonna have them do their pictures, measurements. I'm gonna go over the details with them, blah, blah, blah. And then we're gonna start posting on the 9th. So my people, I'm going to encourage them to have their stuff ordered by January 1st. And I'm gonna give them a deadline of probably the 2nd to have everything ordered, okay? So start talking about that now. It is a easy, great opportunity for you guys to give to your customers and your coaches. If you are a coach, you need to be doing the health bet no matter what. Okay, you should be doing the health bet no matter what. All right, so that is the last thing I'm going to talk about. Sorry, Anna, I talked a little bit longer than I planned. So you go ahead.
Lord knows I do that every time, so you're all right. All right, so I'm just going to dive right in. So the first thing that I'm going to assume is that everyone has checked out the FAQs that have been coming through your back office this month, right? We all know everything that's going on. We read the entire FAQ. I'm going to assume it, but I'm going to also go over it right now because, you know, maybe someone forgot after they read it. All right, FAQ number 1 for the night is 1492. Write it down because you're going to go back and read it a second time, right? This one is for the health bet. Steph just talked about it a little bit. There's a lot more in there. I know last time when we did, you guys can hear me okay, right? The fish tank always freaks me out. So the last time when we did it, I had so many people asking me questions that were sitting right in the FAQ, right there in the FAQ, okay, guys? And I'll tell you this, as a leader, when I get a question that I know is sitting right there in the FAQ, I literally want to pull my hair out, okay? So always check that first. I'm just reminding you. But FAQ 1492 is the one for the health bet. And it's a quick overview. Week 1 begins on the 9th, like Steph said. Now on the 9th is the week that you have to start logging things in. So the week of the 9th cannot be your prep week. You must do the prep week or the weekend. Sometimes I like to do a prep weekend too, the week before, so starting on the 2nd. So make sure you get that week your prep week if you want to meet the 4-week requirements. Now you have to have 5 Shakeology photos. This was a big one last time, everyone was all confused. It's in the FAQ. It does not have to be, you do not have to be in the photo with the Shakeology. It can be one of 3 ways. You can do a Shakeology selfie or with you in the photo, or you can take a picture of your finished Shakeology, picture of the cup, or you can take a picture of you making the Shakeology. So like the process that's happening, like maybe you've got the blender going and some fruit, I don't know. All right, but you can get creative with that. But those are the 3 ways to do it. I know I have some challengers that as much as I push them to interact in the group and post photos and post selfies or whatever they're gonna do, they just won't do it. They're scared, they're nervous. I understand that. It's part of being a fly on the wall, and that is what I used to always be too. So I understand it. So we don't want to necessarily make them feel extremely uncomfortable. So I find that it really helps to let them know, hey, it doesn't have to, right off the bat, without them even asking, hey, it doesn't have to be a selfie. Your face doesn't have to be in it. It can just be the Shakeology itself so that they're feeling comfortable coming into it. And you need 3 workouts a week. So 5, and they don't have to have photos with the workouts logged in. I tell my challengers to do a photo because, hey, extra accountability, right? But they don't have to have a photo with their workout login. So 5 Shako pictures and check-ins and 3 workouts each week until the 5th of February. So it ends on the 5th of February, going into the next month. And they have to have their address and all their information updated by the 6th of February, or else it's going to be all messed up. And they have to be in the group, like registered in your group with their email through the app, because remember, you have to put their email into the app and invite them by the 9th, okay? So even if they don't make it in through prep week, your prep week, maybe they're a latecomer, they can get in by the 9th and be okay. So you can have a few latecomers. Your next one, this is the big one, guys, FAQ 3012. Can you guess it? Can you guess it? All right, the All Access Annual Pass, FAQ 3012. Now, if there is anything that you do tonight, it is read that whole thing, because I got halfway through it and I was like, what? So read it, because this is a big change and there's a lot of benefits for you in this that just reading another coach's, oh shit, the light fell down. Hold on. Excuse my potty mouth, kids. You guys know I'm a sailor, secretly. I wear flowers and curl my hair, but I like the F word. So anyway, we FAQ 3012, All Access Pass. Don't just look at what other coaches are posting about it. First of all, they might be wrong because they didn't read the FAQ. Remember that. They could have just been copying and pasting from someone else, because we know sometimes coaches just copy and paste from someone else's post. And you might not be getting all the details. So make sure that you are looking into it yourself, because in the end, you are the one that's in charge of your business, right? If you get down to it at the end and you're like, well, crap, that person's order didn't do this or this didn't do that. Did you read the FAQ? It was in your hands. It's your responsibility, okay? So an overview, because I know we've all read it. It's $199 in the US and it's $231 in Canada. Make sure you know that Canadian price too. If you are using ads, you are talking to, a bigger market than just in your area. I have a lot of girls in Canada, so make sure you know who you're talking to and where they're from, and that you're not telling them the wrong price, because that's pretty disappointing when you're like, and you can get all this for $199 with $2 shipping, and someone's like, it says $231. Canadian prices, okay? So make sure you know that price as well. There, and $2 shipping, same as always. $70 commission. Guys, that's huge. $70 commission. Oh, and back to the $2 shipping. I always say that. People love hearing that it's $199 with $2 shipping. That leaving it at that $2 shipping, people are like, yeah, it's a great deal. All right, so which it is a good deal. So make sure you got that in there. But $70 commission, that's huge. That's great. That adds up quickly. You get 65 in team volume and you get 180 in PV, so personal volume, all right? And 3 Success Club points. This is exciting, and this is where it gets tricky, and you need to make sure you read the FAQ, because I guarantee I'm gonna have coaches and you're gonna have coaches on your team coming to you saying, I sold one of the new challenge packs, but I only got 2 Success Club points. Does anyone know why you would only get 2 Success Club points when you first sell the challenge pack? No? Nobody read the FAQ? All right. So when you sell a all access challenge pack, you get your 2 Success Club points in the normal amount of time. So that day, the next day, sometimes it lags to the 3rd day. And then you're going to get your 3rd point that following Tuesday. I don't know why. Don't ask me why. But you're not going to get it until the following Tuesday. So everyone's probably going to kind of panic and think, they didn't get their 3 Success Club points, but you will get it. It will show up the following Tuesday. Unless they ordered on a Monday, it will be that following Tuesday, not the next day. Okay? So that's a little pointer in there. And the 3rd point is exempt from the lifetime rule. So there is a rule that each customer can only have 2 Success Club points in their lifetime under you. And this 3rd point is exempt from that. So you are able to get that 3rd point from the person. And this brings it into the next part. If you have challengers, members, coaches that ordered their challenge pack this month in December, let them know that they can upgrade. And when they upgrade, because they can upgrade to the all access pass after they purchase their challenge pack now, you're going to get your 3rd point. So if they ordered this month and then they upgrade, you go back today, tomorrow, and say, hey girl, you can upgrade to this new thing. Here's what you have to do. Here's where you have to go, which is in the FAQ. And then you'll see that 3rd point probably the following Tuesday. And so don't be confused about that, but that's a pretty good bonus too. And also coaches and challengers, they can upgrade to, if they're previous from a few months before, they can still upgrade. This is now replacing the 1-year membership. So for those of you, remember before we have the the $40 every 3 months, then we have the 6 months, and then we had a year. So instead of that year package, this all access is going to replace the year one. So if they want to pay for the whole year, they're going to automatically get the all access, which is pretty sweet too, all in itself. And they will not have all access once their year is over. They have to redo it and re-up for the $99, which is kind of a no-brainer. Speaking of no-brainers, this challenge pack is a no-brainer. I mean, I think we can all agree it's pretty exciting and it's a lot less stress on us. This doesn't mean that you're not going to still work with them in the conversation and find the program that works for them. You can still do absolutely everything that you did before when you're learning about them, talking to them, finding out their fitness level, their time that they have to invest each day, 30 minutes, an hour, what is it? After you've gone through all that stuff, and then you're able to talk to them about each program that you think is going to fit them and suit them. When they've decided, hey, I love the 21-day fix, hey, I love PIO, whatever it is that you have paired them up with and given them the option to check out, then you can say, so I have the super exciting thing, and you're going to also be getting all the other ones I just showed you, even though we're going to start, you and I, with the 21-day fix. You're going to have access to all these others for the rest of the year, plus 100 more, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. This is a no-brainer. I honestly can't imagine selling any other challenge packs unless someone wants the specific DVDs. If they plan on, not streaming it, then, or they have, if financial issues are an issue after you propose it and they're like, that is way too much, say, okay, I have the DVD package, and it's significantly cheaper. Okay, but other than that, this is great. This is just great. Okay, I won't get too crazy. I had yesterday, I was giggling. I think I told Steph this. I had like 5 people message me yesterday at the lunch, and all of them sent me screenshots of other coaches' posts, and 4 of them were the same post, by the way. Just saying. None of them were you guys, none of our team, but 4 of them were the same post, and they were sending me a message saying, hey, do you have this? Do you have this going on? And it got me thinking, and I was just kind of like, why didn't they reach out to that person? That person posted it. Why didn't they reach out to that person? And that really got me thinking about how I want to talk to you guys tonight about it a little bit. I want you to remember when you approach this, and you approach any launch, that it is exciting and it is brand new, and we're pumped up for it as coaches because we're hyped up, we're ready, we know what it has to offer, we know how this can help people. Remember, first of all, people don't understand our lingo. If they're not a Beachbody coach, they don't understand what BOD means. They don't understand all these, on demand. You have to tell them what it means, and you can do that in a post. All right, don't feel like being cheesy is not acceptable. You can totally be cheesy. I don't know if you guys saw me today, but I felt cheesy as heck today. I taped a quarter to my nose. Do you know how many times I had to redo that tape before I realized my makeup was making it not stick? It was hilarious. Scott was laughing at me. But don't be scared to get silly with it and have fun with it, okay? You can still get all the same points across that you see in the FAQ, but have fun with it. Remember, you're talking to someone. Remember that they're going to get excited because they can feel your excitement. If you're just like, hey, good morning. The Netflix of health and fitness is out. Who wants to join me? You're gonna get a bunch of free stuff. Look at all this stuff. People are like, well, that's great, but what are these things? What is the 21 Day Fix? What is the such and such? You know, if you're not talking about it on your page and your storefront isn't constantly, you know, your brand and who you are, then they're gonna have a hard time not just continuing their scroll, okay? So make sure when you're talking about this and you have in your mind at the end of this, I want them to know how excited I am for January. I want them to know that they can win some money or get some money. They don't even necessarily have to compete to win. They're just getting money for participation. Then tell them that. Don't be scared to say, hey, you're gonna get money for participating. You know, hey, this is the Netflix of health and fitness, and here's why it's so amazing, and here's why I'm excited, and here's what we're gonna do with it. Here's how we're gonna implement it into our month, okay? So think ahead. Get excited and do your own thing. Take from other people if you need to. Take ideas, learn, but do your own thing. It goes a long way, trust me. It really, really does. Take that extra 5 minutes to turn it into your own, all right? 2016, real quick. I won't take up forever of your time because I know we're hitting it close. 2016 versus 2017. I'm sure some of you guys have started to see the trend. People complaining about 2016 and how horrible 2016 was. Now 2017 is going to be better. I'm pretty sure everyone's complaining about 2015 at the end of 2015, and now they're just doing the same thing again, right? All right, let's get out of that mentality because I've been in that mentality all day. You can ask Steph. I've been like, this month sucked. Like, this month was probably one of literally the worst months of my life. Second runner-up, for sure. All right, so I want you guys to realize that I could sit here and I could say, you know, 2016 sucked, but we're gonna make 2017 be awesome and blah, blah. I want you to sit down and I want you to think on the two of them. I want you to write down the emotions that you felt in 2016. I don't want you to write down the events that happened. I don't want you to write down the things that went wrong, the things that went good. That's done and over, that's happened, everything is gone. I want you to think about the emotions that you felt in 2016. Did you have happy times? Did you have sad times? What emotions came out in you? All right? And then I want you to think about your mindset. How did you let those emotions, not the events, not the situations, the emotions affect you? How did you let them affect your mindset? How did you let them affect your business? How did you let them affect your family? How did you let them affect the way that you speak to people? How did it let you affect the way you sleep? You know, these are all important things, and your emotions are something that I'm going to tell you right now, I know I need to get a good grip on in 2017. And by writing it all down, I'm able to see, all right, I spent way too much time in my own bubble. I felt way too much time feeling sorry for myself, or I spent way too much time feeling too confident in myself that I didn't pursue the little things in order to keep that confidence up, right? I just let my head get too big. That didn't actually happen to me, but I'm just like using it as an example. I mean, maybe it did. Sorry guys if it did, but. All right, so write those things down because they're gonna come around again. You're gonna be feeling these emotions again. They're gonna come back. You're gonna have times when you're sad in 2017, where you're depressed in 2017, where you lose a loved one. I mean, I hope not, but it might happen in 2017. And you need to prepare yourself now and know that when those things come at you, you're prepared and you are ready to treat it and realize that that's where you're at, and it's not going to make you fall behind in your business, in your health and fitness, in your personal life, okay? Don't dwell on 2016. We're ready to go. So I don't want you to come into the new year expecting it to be like sunshine and rainbows, okay? Because January is tough. I know we think that January is like, well, it's January now. We made it through the slow months because we have. January's here. Everyone's just going to come to me. Everyone's going to be coming my way because they've got those resolutions and they're coming on. They're going to know I'm a coach and they're coming my way. That's not going to happen. All right. It's the same as every other month. It's the same as every other month. Yeah, you might have 1 or 2 stragglers come in that have never spoken to you before, never heard from you before, but you're going to have a lot of people that you've reached out to a lot in the past that'll come around, which is where your inviting comes in. If you're inviting now, months and months and months from now, okay, I think you can see that pattern. I think we've all been coaches long enough to know that pattern, all right? And don't expect it just to be 100 SC month, because if you come into January and you're like, I'm going to kick butt this month. I'm going to have 20 Success Club points. I'm going to be all the way up to diamond and blah, blah, blah. That can happen, and you can do it. And I hope that all of you will do that. But it's not going to just happen magically. You got to invite, you got to do your vitals. You've got to be posting about your groups, talking about your groups. You've got to still be talking about your life and all the other things too, okay? Not just Beachbody. Focus on building your brand and focus on working for the new year, okay? You've got to work for it. And by the last thing I want you to do in order to cleanse yourself of the previous year and get ready for the new one and get ready for 2017 in your business, in your personal life, in your mindset, is do a social media cleanse, right? We cleanse our bodies. We know when we got to get the crap out. Time to get the crap out of your Facebook, the crap out of your Instagram, okay? Cleanse your social media. People are going to scroll. They're going to keep scrolling through your page, and they'll go back pretty far. Some of them will go back pretty far. It's creepy sometimes, but they do it. You know, they want to see what you're about and see who you are. So you need to make sure that your storefront is full force ready in the new year, okay? Because even though someone might not be reaching out to you because they know you're a coach and are ready to start, they will come to your page because they know you're a coach and they might be ready to start. They want to see what you have to offer and how you can help them and who you are. They want to know who you are. They're letting you into their life, okay? What we do is very personal. What we do is a very personal job, okay? We are a part of this person's life and their journey. We should be learning about, you know, their kids and their family and what they love to do and all these things as well, okay, guys? It's not just your health and fitness. So it's a very personal thing. And in order for them to let you in, you have to let them in too, okay? And then, so make sure your storefront is ready to go. And think of it this way. If you have an actual storefront and someone's walking by and you are ready to sell those clothes that are on the mannequin in the window, right? If you have your curtains closed on the window, those mannequins can stand there all day, but everyone's going to just keep walking by because they don't know what you have to offer and what it is that you can give them, sell them, whatever it is that you are choosing to do, right, with your business. So go through and make sure people can see it and see into your life, see into your day, and see into your challenge groups. Don't be scared to let them get sneak peeks into your groups too, okay? Cleanse out your photos. Go through your photos and make sure that you don't have things from 5 or 10 years ago of you dancing on a bar. Guys, I think that's something we kind of forget in this business. Your Facebook is your business now. This is no longer you're like, hey, fun, I'm talking to family, I'm gonna, you know, it's the kids and things like that. This is your business. This is your storefront. This is your window. You have to let them know in your window how much time it's going to take them, you know, to get to the bottom to really see what it is you offer, all right? So cleanse out your photos, put them on private, things like that if you have to. Keep things that you want to you, keep things public. Just be aware of how it is with your brand if everything fits in your photo booths, in your all that good stuff. All right, anyway, you know what I mean. So cleanse your posts, go through and check and see, you know, on your posting, do you have like 900 things that you've shared from other, you know, random things and sad stories and things like that? Those are all great, but they are doing nothing for your business, okay? So go through the posts, check and make sure everything aligns. Yes, if you put them to only you, nobody can see it. That's just you. It's locked. It'll have a little locked sign up where there's like the world for public, and then there's the people for friends, and then there's a locked sign if it's locked to just you. I do that too. That way I have them in there. Sometimes I panic, like, what? This is still on here? And then I realize that it's locked. So cleanse that. Cleanse your shares, the things that you've been sharing. I swear I'm hurrying. I'm almost done. And cleanse out your friends list. How many times are we just like, hate what this person's posting. They are so negative, you know, and we hide them from our list. Don't be shy if you know that you don't want to work with that person, because remember, this is your business. You have the ability to say no to somebody if you don't mesh, because remember, this is personal. You've got to be a part of their journey with them. So if you're reading their stuff and you just know you are not going to mesh, you do not work, you know, you don't like what they're about, don't be scared to delete them. Keep your Facebook clean. Go through your friends list, you know, keep it clean. People you don't know, get them out of there, and cleanse your wording. This is probably my biggest advice. Cleanse your wording. Think about how you word things this year. Think about how you are talking to people, and if you're someone who is complaining a lot on there or pointless things, think about that. Think about how it comes off, and really just, I don't think any of you are ever complaining. I don't see you guys, but you know what I mean. You can pass that along to your teams and stuff too. My last final advice for the new year, write it down, remember it. You cannot lead others, whether that be in your challenge groups, whether that be your team, anything like that. You cannot lead others until you can lead yourself, all right? So you, excuse my language, but you got to get your shit together before you can help anyone else, okay? And I know this. Steph knows. I'm like sitting here like, amen. You can't help anyone else till you got your stuff together. So do your personal development. Make sure it's tailored to you and what your goals are and where you are right now emotionally, mentally, physically. Make sure you're leading yourself in your health with your nutrition. Make sure you're leading yourself in your fitness, because if you can't get your own butt up to work out and do what you need to do, you're not going to be able to get somebody else to do it, right? You got to practice what you preach, all right? Your mentality, if you can't lead yourself in your mentality, you're not going to be able to help someone else's mentality. If your mentality is always negative about what's going on, you're going to spread that negativity, or you're going to suck in someone else's negativity, and it's going to become a part of you, okay? Lead yourself emotionally and organization-wise. If you want to be more organized, get more organized, all right, guys? So you can't lead others till you can lead yourself, so work on that. All access annual pass, Health Bet. January is going to be awesome. I'm done.
All right, real quick, I want to say a couple of things, and then we'll open up for questions or if anybody wants to say anything. First of all, if you guys still have the $39.95 quarterly club membership, don't forget to switch your club membership to the all access. First of all, you want the all access, so you have all access to everything, but that will also save you money. So you won't be paying $40 quarterly. Instead, you'll be paying the $99 a month. So
not a month, a year.
Or a year, you know what I mean? It'll save you money. It's only $99 a month. So make sure you switch that. Secondly, when she was talking about the 3 SC points for the challenge pack, guys, let that sink in for a minute. Think about how, like, I know every single one of you have experience. Exactly. I know every single one of you have experienced that last minute where you're like, I'm at SC4 because I sold 2 challenge packs. I need 1 more point. And it's like, nobody's going to buy Shakeology HD. So you know you got to sell another challenge pack. I feel like they totally changed it for us there, which is awesome. Instead of selling 3 challenge packs every month, now we only have to sell 2. Okay, so that's really exciting. Definitely something to think about and focus on when you're trying to, you know, sell the all exclusive, all access challenge pack. You know, obviously they're not just points, but they benefit and so do we. So that's awesome. Did anybody have any questions? Leslie, I thought I saw you like kind of like trying to say something earlier. Probably just making things up. Cool, whatever.
I was probably just agreeing with something and being like, yeah.
Oh, okay. Because you like took yourself off of mute, I thought, and I thought you like were going like this.
That was on accident.
Oh, okay. Does anybody have any questions or anything they want to say, or does anybody want to share this real quick? It's our last call before the new year. Does anybody want to tell us what their plan is for 2017?
Oh, sorry. I was going to answer Elise's question real quick. Yes, Elise.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Elise, it will count for that month. So if the month ends and the following Tuesday is the next month, it will still count for the previous month. Yes. Yeah, no, Angela, I think, I'm sorry, I'm reading the chat. I think you're totally fine with that. I just mean like crazy. You guys know, I got our old Gainesville day, some of those are on the lockdown.
I know. I went back through our Facebook.
I was like,
Anna and Angela, all of our old drunken pictures. I couldn't bring myself to delete them, so I put them to only me.
Me too.
Anyway, shout out to Angela, Elise, Jessica Bukowski. Dang it, I did it again. I will never be able to change your name. Anyways, thanks for getting on, guys. I like seeing you guys on here. It makes me excited. New faces. Elise, I know you're on every now and then, but it still makes me excited to see you. Yeah, vision board, Jessica. I still have to finish mine.
I just really want to know what kind of chair Samantha's sitting in right now, because that looks extremely comfortable.
She's outside. Angela, are you saying something? I can't hear you.
I'm in my son's blow-up chair.
Oh.
It comes with a cup holder and an ottoman.
I need one.
I had to sneak it because the door was shut and the baby was awake.
I love it.
And Samantha's on her deathbed. She's lying, but she's still on this call. Just want everybody to know. Hey, so let's do something. I want to challenge you guys to do something. I want you all to finish your vision board and post a picture of it in the team page. So finish your vision board, post a picture in the Team Desire to Inspire page. One thing, guys, that I want to point out to you is, I know it's kind of easy to just be like, oh, that's like another page, whatever, but you'll kind of start to see the ripple effect if we get that like team unity going and, we show like the whole team that, we have motivation. People will play off of that. So what will happen is your coaches will see you doing it. They'll see some other coaches doing it, and then they'll be more inclined to do it. Whereas if they don't really see anybody doing anything, they're not going to play off of that. So don't be afraid to go into the team page, your upline's team page, and participate, because inevitably it'll end up helping your team as well, because your coaches will play off of that as well. So I want to challenge all you guys to post a picture of it, your vision board. If you already have it done, post it in the team page.
All right.
Playing catch up. You're putting the office in your bedroom, Angela? What? Look at my office right now. There's my weird ball from my Mimi.
That dog
Bunch of garbage everywhere.
That dog creeps me out.
It's cool. What are you going to do?
I don't know.
All right. I'm going to convince Nick to let me fly in for a week and work side by side with you guys. I think you should just convince Nick to sell your house and move back to Florida. I mean, honestly, that's the most realistic thing.
I'm cool with that too. All right, guys.
All right. Thanks for getting on, guys. It's kind of crazy. The next time we talk to you, it's going to be a new year. I can't wait to see what you guys do. I believe in all of you and cannot wait to see what you do for the new year.
And remember, we've got All Access Challenge Pack, so you can still hit Success Club in the next few days.
Yeah, it's the last time that they're on sale, so don't be afraid.
You gotta get those trip dollars too if you're going on the Dominican trip. Elise, I'm looking at you because we're going. We're going.
Are you going, Elise?
Maybe.
You gotta go. If you can go, you gotta go. I'm like still like freaking 1,500 or something on the waiting list.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm off the waiting list. There's just been a lot going on.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you, when I went to California last year, although it was a different trip, but it was still Beachbody. I was like, I mean, you can ask like Angela and Anna, dude, it was like difficult for me to make that decision to go, but I am so freaking glad I went. I feel like it's one of those things that it's different than Summit. Like Summit's awesome, but I feel like the trips are totally different. Like it's just a totally different like atmosphere. Like you will not regret going. I can tell you that.
I need someone to go with me.
That's why Anna's gonna go.
No, she needs a bunkmate.
Oh.
Look at Becca.
Becca's raising her hand. I'm sure you could find somebody. If you really want somebody, post in the team page. Just if like one of the coaches comments that you don't really like, just be like, oops, didn't see your comment. Going on to the next one.
So Steph, when she tells you, oops, I didn't see your comment.
I know. Oops.
Oopsie.
I don't blame you. I wouldn't want to spend days with me either.
Crap.
All right. We'll let you guys get off here. Thank you guys for getting on. I'll be talking to all you soon. I know I got a lot of text messages from some of you I have to catch up on. Don't think I've been ignoring you. It's been a crazy day. So as soon as Sadie gets off my phone, I'm going to play catch up. So I'll be talking to some of you soon.
Bye, guys.